The Wolfman is the only Universal monster to come out of the 40s, without of course counting the remake of Phantom of the Opera from 1943. It's also the most definitive Universal movie to feature a werewolf. There had been others before this, however they weren't as successful and, let's face it, weren't as good. Larry Talbot, played by Lon Chaney Jr., returns to his father's house, John Talbot, played by Claude Rains. Upon fixing his father's telescope, he discovers a girl who he spots getting changed a few streets away. Somehow, despite how perverted it sounds, it comes across as quite romantic and even bashful when he explains how he knows so much about what she wears when explaining the telescope to her. But anyway, later on in the film, he goes for a stroll to the carnival with her, where he encounters a wolf attacking a girl. Larry kills the wolf, but not before getting bit by the thing, which later results to him turning into a werewolf himself. There's a lot of creative things that were done in this movie that not a lot of movies based on werewolves have followed. Like the fact that in this movie the instrument used to kill the wolf is a cane with a silver wolf head. This really makes the film different to most modern takes on the story, which seem to overuse the silver bullet cliché. Also, I like how the cane is a topic of interest between Talbot and the girl. It really is quite ironic that the two discuss the silver wolf head in a light-hearted way at the beginning of the film, only for the cane to be later used in effect against werewolves for protection. Lon Chaney Jr. plays the role so well, every time he's on screen you feel a lot of empathy for the character, as he goes through the struggles of turning into a werewolf whilst trying to protect the woman he loves. The film has an overall great atmosphere. The misty streets, dark woods and carnival setting really do contribute a lot to the effect the movie has on the viewers and holds up as some of the most iconic set designs in movie history, especially out of the classic Universal monster films. Speaking of monsters, earlier I said that the Wolfman was the only Universal monster to come out of the main chain of Universal monsters to come out of the 40s. However, Lon Chaney Jr. does such a great job at conveying a helpless and troubled character, it's hard to actually see him as a monster. More of an unfortunate soul who we sympathise with as the movie progresses. The music in the film is so chilling and goes very well with the overall feeling of the film, making everything seem more eerie and dark. At certain points in the movie, the music sounds exactly like Danny Elfman's Batman theme from the Tim Burton Batman film. The 2010 remake with Benicio del Toro is pretty decent too, however in my opinion the original is still better. Having said this, the remake stays true to the original and adds a few original elements of its own, such as the amazing fight sequence between the two werewolves at the end of the film, and the truly disturbing scenes in the insane asylum. However, I always prefer the original Jack Pierce makeup, which has become an iconic representation of the Wolfman, who we can identify with most today. Stay tuned for more videos.